list of the greatest fighters of the last decade would not be complete without a mention for Gervonta "Tank" Davis. He is a power puncher who is equal parts style and substance, and he is the owner of one of the meanest highlight reels in the sport.
And down goes Romero!
Tank was always destined to be a generational superstar, and while his long-term future in the sport is unclear, his legacy is pretty clearly set in stone. For this video, we're taking a deep dive into some of Tank Davis's biggest knockout moments. Remember, if you want to help support the channel, be sure to use your hype feature. The first fight we're looking at will be Tank Davis's clash with the former multiple-time champ, Gamboa. The only question, could he stand up to Gervonta's power? We would certainly learn a lot about these two in this opening round.
Underway here in Atlanta. This is to Terrence Crawford and Robinson Castellanos. There's a big straight left that backed up Gamboa, followed by a big right hook. Plenty of dynamite in the hands of Gervonta Davis. There's a straight left backing up Gamboa. There's a straight left that caught the attention of the Cuban.
It didn't take long for Tank's first big moment to come about.
We'll see if he can deliver. At the time, he was the youngest world champion in the United States. Since that moment, other guys have come to the forefront, guys like Teofimo Lopez, along with Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, David Benavidez, just to name a few. Mario Barrios as well. Good right hook to the body. Gamboa spinning around. Gamboa looks very relaxed, but he's got to be able to go and start to generate some offense. Here's that right to the body. A straight left, down goes Gamboa on a heavy straight left. Davis is coming forward, a big straight left. They're talking about the shoe of Gamboa is an issue.
By round 3, it was clear that Tank's confidence was peaking.
There's a big straight left, but a right by Gamboa. Gamboa caught Davis. Gamboa came into the... As we... Straight left. Two big straight lefts that backed up Gamboa. Stopping him in his tracks, another one. It's like target practice now by Davis. 4 straight lefts. Power punches.
Gamboa was already in dire straits, and Tank already knew he could hurt him.
Left uppercut to the body that stopped Gamboa. Big straight left with Gamboa through a right.
This was definitely Davis's fight to lose, but make no mistake, it was an entertaining contest for the fans.
But look at Gamboa start off strong as we commence the 5th round. Big straight left backing up Gamboa, but Gamboa not to be deterred. A left hook that was blocked by Davis. Left to the body by Davis. Davis is so strong and quick, and he throws in machine gun burst. Big left uppercut connecting. 2 big uppercuts by Davis as Gamboa retreats. A big shot by Davis. Davis now teeing off on Gamboa. Gamboa might be hurt, holding on to the top rope. Gamboa's been down 15 times in his career, but now he's fighting on sheer guts. A big right hook by Davis. Just over the halfway mark of the 5th. Gamboa trying to hold. A big left uppercut, connecting. Heavy shots from Gervonta Davis. A right hook. Oh my, look at this onslaught by the 25.
Something drastic would need to change for Gamboa in these middle rounds.
The body by Davis again. That was a Floyd Mayweather. Only two guys have been able to do such a thing. There's a straight left, snapping the head back of Gamboa. A right hook to the body. Left. Gamboa.
In round 7, Gamboa started to pick up the pace, finally pushing Tank as he tried to save his energy.
There's a jab right to the body by Davis.
But any positive momentum for Gamboa was stopped in its tracks by Tank in round 8.
There's a wicked left hook by Gervonta Davis, followed by a right. He caught Gamboa. Another big, heavy shot. Davis, big straight left. Down goes Gamboa again.
Step back. Listen
Take
to
a
me.
look at the knockdown.
Hey, listen to me. Tell him I gave him a full minute rest.
Gamboa got blitzed with
Tank was clearly tired, but still fighting well in the 9th.
referees, if not the best referee in the world, watching the action. But it may appear as if Gamboa... A straight left. Gamboa being walked down. 2 minutes to go in the 9th. Davis trying to let his hands go. A straight left. Gamboa coming forward. He eats a straight left. And Davis opening up. Gamboa lumbering, but he gets clipped. Gamboa in a world of trouble. Davis teeing off on him.
Gamboa was running out of options, and even though stamina was an issue for Tank,
Gamboa steps in with a left hook, followed by a straight right. World.
Suéltelo.
Big shot by Gamboa, who clocked Davis with a combination. Final stages, couple of straight lefts. Gamboa retaliates with the right. Big straight left from Davis, and that ends the 10.
there would be no sweeter ending for Davis than to finish this off with a knockout.
Big right hook. Gamboa got caught again. Davis trying to finish off Gamboa. And Davis.
In round 12, Tank finally found his moment.
Oh, big straight left that backed up Gamboa. Davis trying to finish off the former world champion. That was a slip. Big straight left, a couple big shots. Davis trying to finish off Gamboa. Over missiles, down goes Gamboa. And this one is over. Gervonta Davis with the finish of Yuriorkis Gamboa. At the end of the fight, big straight left from Davis. An uppercut, dispatching him on the canvas, and Jack Reese had seen enough. We'll take a look at it again. And there is that big left hook. As we'll go back and look at it again. There's that left uppercut. Oh my. What a wicked left uppercut. And Jack Reese said, no, enough is enough. And Gamboa, not too much resistance. Let's take a look at it again. Here is this left uppercut. Take a look at it again. Wake up. No, good night. That's what it was. And crashing to the canvas. was Yuriokis Gamboa.
It took 12 rounds to get there, but the result was the same. Another very impressive feather in Tank's cap. Standing in front of Gervonta and his 24th career win was the mighty Leo Santa Cruz. The question here was how Tank would deal with his opponent's pressure.
There's a reason Davis is Mike Tyson's favorite fighter. And this is round number 1, the 130-pound belt holder, Santa Cruz, in black, green, orange, and gold. The 135-pound belt holder, Gervonta Davis, in the red, white, and green. And there's a counter, left uppercut by Davis. So much as Santa Cruz wants to establish the jab.
Yes, he does. He throws 33 jabs per round normally, lands 7. Whether he'll be as much of a volume puncher in this match early remains to be seen.
Do not pull back. Do not pull back.
Abner, you've been in the ring twice with Santa Cruz. You trained to face Davis. What are you picking up early on?
Santa Cruz is trying to stay disciplined with that jab. He's trying to work his jab and move backwards a bit. He's got to turn Davis, though, to his left and not extend the jab, because when he does that, I already saw early on that Davis counter punches with that left.
Yeah, that left uppercut has been there. Santa Cruz goes upstairs.
I'm good. You know, the combination punching with Santa Cruz can't push Davis back. And that would be interesting to see. Davis doesn't normally fight going backwards.
Again, Davis winding up with that left uppercut. Already blood on the face of Leo Santa Cruz.
Bridge of his nose, it looks like.
There's a right hand, a right hook behind the guard. Santa Cruz comes back with a right bounced off Davis' glove.
He's a pressure fighter in this fight. He's pressuring the bully that Santa Cruz is used to, being the bully, pushing a fighter back. But now we see Davis picking his punches. As Santa Cruz at moments, he does land also.
Davis off to a quick start, of course. Apparently made weight fairly easily. Maybe confident about going into deep waters. Remember, Santa Cruz said that Davis is dangerous for the first 6 rounds and then begins to fade. That's what Santa Cruz wants to bring Davis, is into the deeper waters.
Given that the supposed knockdown was ruled a slip, Tank came into round 2 with momentum on his side.
Trying to split the guard, leads with a right hand, putting pressure on Davis early in round 2.
Intriguing. You know, already Leo Santa Cruz, you can get the feeling he thinks he can push Davis back in this fight. Will that be the proper move for him? He's landing some nice punches.
Well, the narrative coming in was that Santa Cruz was the smaller guy. We saw it the weigh-in. He had added muscle, and that does not seem to be the case against definitely a more compact, harder puncher. But Santa Cruz is not the smaller guy in this fight. Santa Cruz turned 32 in August, so the youth is on the side of Davis. Misses with that counter left uppercut that has been there for him.
Yeah, you feel that's going to be an important weapon for Davis. He's trying very hard to get it in. He has to be careful throwing it from too far out. He'll get countered by Santa Cruz.
Just past the midpoint of round 2, a compelling confrontation, and already so much to absorb. Davis! There goes the sportsmanship! Spent 15 weeks in Las Vegas at the Mayweather Boxing Gym, said that he would like to hold all of his camps there because of the lack of distractions and the ability to focus. But Santa Cruz Davis running some of those shots and avoiding the right hand, but it is Santa Cruz putting on pressure.
It's a combination punching of Santa Cruz. When he is at his best, those combinations flow, but there's that left uppercut from Davis.
Davis timing that left uppercut counter. Good stuff through 2 rounds.
This was a close fight though, make no mistake.
So that's the thing that Santa Cruz has to really be careful of, because Davis can land that shot and hurt you.
Santa Cruz wants to keep Davis corralled in the corner, but there's a counter left from Davis, allows him to escape.
Davis starting to use the jab, and he has a good jab. It's an underused punch sometimes for him, but it is effective.
Santa Cruz's twitch signed up for a Twitch account yet. Inquiring minds want to know. Left hook by Santa Cruz, another left hand.
Davis's power shots were very clearly the difference maker in this bout.
Body, meanwhile, Davis looking for the angle for that uppercut.
Don't pull back.
You don't always see Davis in that kind of defensive posture that he's in with his hands really high.
While you're working with Floyd Mayweather, you better learn defense.
There you go.
And there's Santa Cruz through the right, and Davis now loading up again with the left uppercut.
This has been a very, very important weapon. The right hook getting in there. But then here he comes with that uppercut on the inside. I'll tell you what, Santa Cruz is taking some big punches.
Davis, but Santa Cruz still looking to establish the jab, and he's getting it.
Those left hooks of Santa Cruz getting
An eruption from the crowd here at the Alamo Dome. This main event delivering already. Here in round 4, lead right hook by Davis.
Is this the right strategy for Santa Cruz? He's getting through the window, but he's taking power punches. And even when he doesn't throw, you can see he's ready to throw.
Double jab, then the left hand downstairs by Davis avoids those punches from Santa Cruz, and again stabs Santa Cruz in the belly with the left. There's a jab to the midsection by
Tank started to turn up the heat in round 5.
his front foot. High guard, both of them. Double, triple jab by Santa Cruz as he tries to move forward. Davis moving to his left into the power alley of Santa Cruz.
Keep the defense tight. Keep the defense tight.
Leo has to keep touching him with that jab. Have Davis be thinking.
Davis crouching down. He'll like to crouch down, shoot counters that his opponents rarely see coming. We've seen that on occasion tonight.
Still.
And that left hand is just ready to be uncoiled. Ready to spring out. There's that lead right hook by Davis.
One of the weapons that Santa Cruz has found in this fight, and he wants to get back to it, is his own left hook, which is not normally his money punch, but he's kind of found a home for it.
Then, in round 6, Davis unloaded an absolute rocket to send Santa Cruz's chin into orbit.
Both are chucking leather, and a mark now, a mouse beginning to form under the right eye of Gervonta Davis. So they are throwing punches and bunches here in the 6th.
I was just going to say, Leo Santa Cruz do that? No.
Don't be ridiculous.
There's a left hand by Davis, under a minute left in the 6th. Davis now pulling it back. Santa Cruz standing there, taking it. And coming forward with punches of its own. Scintillating stuff here in the 6th round. Gervonta Davis, Leo Santa Cruz, two champions with the hearts of champions.
If Davis thought Santa Cruz was going to fall from his... And in that round in which Santa Cruz had done so much good work, there's that left uppercut. A counter punch that just was devastating. And it was there the whole fight. Some big ones landed, but none like that.
It's the punch that you don't see that does the most damage, and that punch came out of nowhere. Leo Santa Cruz did not see that uppercut coming, and just took him out. But again, you got to give credit to Leo Santa Cruz. He did something that I was even, shocked, which was stand toe-to-toe against a bigger puncher than Gervonta Davis.
He was able to do that for a good portion of this fight, and they felt that if he'd gotten through these rounds, he was going to do well in the second half of the fight, but it was not to be. The power of Davis, too much for him.
And the men.
Even by Tank standard, that was a truly wild knockout win. You could watch another 1,000 fights and you might not see an uppercut that well executed. Super lightweight WBA gold was on the line as Tank took on Mario Barrios next. And though Barrios himself was undefeated, his perfect record was about to be in some real danger. One of the biggest challenges for Davis in this one would be figuring out the distance of the long and lanky Barrios. Davis was very noticeably taking things slow in this new weight class. And to be honest, he looked pretty undersized for the division at first.
And Barrios against Akhmedov landed, knocked him down with the left hook and a right hand. Davis has started to fight. He's getting closer with that left hand.
Final 30 seconds of the third round.
And, you know, the other fascinating thing, we're all sitting here on pins and needles. We're wondering what happens if he lands a left hand. We don't know. Can he hurt him?
Yeah.
It's, you know, that's part of what makes this so fascinating.
That's a good point. Yeah, because we still don't know if Davis brought up the power all the way to 140, so.
Meanwhile, Barrios would love to earn a one-way ticket to the exosphere if he were to record the upset victory here tonight. Despite his physical advantages, he is the underdog, and now Davis with the jab. 8 knockouts in this division. And again, Barrios gets through the guard with the right hand, pawing at him with the jab.
At this juncture, the onus is kind of on Gervonta Davis now to somehow change the script a little bit. And whether it's him jabbing his way in and then landing power punches.
Now, it's safe to say this is one of the keys to victories for Tank, doing the Pedraza, pressuring Barrios.
Now Barrios off to a good start here in the 6th, though, with the jab.
And one thing we have not mentioned is that Davis has taken Barrios' punches well also.
Yeah, good point.
Barrios lands to the body, but Davis does a good job of avoiding the punches upstairs as we bring in our Hall of Fame unofficial scorer, Steve Farland.
Early on, I was asking myself, how many rounds is Davis going to give away?
You got to change the jab here and there for Barrios. You can't just throw it straight all the time. Oh.
Double jab followed by the left hand from Davis, and again, the crowd erupts.
Davis attacking and using the jab very effectively. We talked about that. And what does it do? It sets up the straight left hand.
State Farm Arena in Atlanta, joined by Brian Custer, Jim Gray, and Showtime Championship Boxing Crew, where in one interview, Gervonta Tank Davis said he would stop Mario Barrios in round 8.
And there it is. Here, Barrios, you take those shots. You take those opportunities when Davis is going backwards.
You know, both these men have had some issues in later rounds. Barrios got tired against Akhmedov. Tank Davis has had some stamina issues a little bit, even though he knocked out Gamboa.
Yeah, issues on the scale.
Yeah.
Right, but, oh my, wow.
Right hook! A monstrous shot by Davis!
The first knockdown from Davis, throwing that right hook and landing it perfectly. That's a weapon we hadn't seen yet in this fight from him, and he led with the right hook.
Gervonta Tank Davis brought his power to 140, and Mario Barrios has backed down twice in round 8.
6, 7, 8. You okay? You want to continue? Come here. The top is out.
A volcanic eruption here in Atlanta as Davis continues to dominate on Mario Barrios. Can Barrios survive the round? Feel like they contain plutonium, but Barrios looking to survive the final 45 seconds. Davis is bludgeoning Barrios here in the 8th, but Barrios trying to fight back.
Yeah.
Davis eats that shot to the body from Barrios, and Davis again.
Now,
Very calculated.
the dynamic of this fight has changed, because that would be a 10-7 round with those 2 knockdowns. So the question is, early rounds we know some went to Barrios, and then the middle rounds Davis started getting there, and right
That's
on
your
cue,
answer.
there's Steve Farland with his unofficial scorecard. So,
And Barrios lands a combination on Davis.
wow. Well, that was fascinating, that whole exchange. Here is where Barrios in the last round
And it's that same
nice
hook.
left hook.
It's that same hook that knocked down Barrios. The fade to the body came up upstairs. I can see Davis taking this round off after, you know, throwing a lot.
With the right hook. Barrios' corner wants him to unload with Davis on the ropes. There's a left hook, but up and down goes Barrios. the corner as well. So here we are, round number 10. Mario Barrios looking to establish the jab early. Looking for a check hook there. Right hand to the body by Barrios.
Now these are two very important rounds for both Davis and Barrios.
I agree.
Double left hook, one to the body, one upstairs for Barrios that lands. And Steve Farhood, our unofficial scorer, has Barrios now 1 point ahead. The ebb and flow, the give and take. Terrific stop here. And Barrios continues to work the body as Davis navigates his way in. Fires off that right hook. Davis walks in, left to the body, starts to back up Barrios. Barrios looking to utilize the punish and right hand the body by Barrios.
That was a little low by Barrios.
Under a minute left here in the 10th.
Wow.
Left to the liver by Davis. Bobbing and weaving. Sustained body attack by Mario Barrios.
This is going to be a hard round to score, guys.
Oh boy, yeah.
But both had their moments.
Oh, beautiful left hook, left uppercut.
Oh.
Right hand, but then Davis comes back and clocks Barrios. Under 30 seconds remaining. Barrios
He's hurt.
doesn't want to get into a firefight with Davis, but demands that he bring it on.
Barrios was winning that round, but then Davis hurt him.
The exchange of body shots and then another thudding left that scores for Davis. Barrios comes back with a three-punch combination through the guard. We have reached round number 11, the penultimate round of this prize fight at 140 pounds. Tank Davis daring to be great, and his power has already delivered 2 knockdowns, but Mario Barrios isn't going anywhere. Referee warning Davis for the forearms. You heard the corner watch the forearms. Davis got clipped on the jaw by Barrios.
That was his monstrous left hook, and give Davis credit for taking that punch.
And Davis walking forward, walking through fire. Left uppercut, right hook lands. What a fight between Barrios and Davis.
It almost seems like Davis is looking for a knockout.
Right hand to the body by Barrios.
Ooh, body shot.
Barrios is down again. 3rd time in the arm.
5, 6, 7, 8. You okay? Come here. Protect yourself, all right? Let's go.
Warrior summoning that inner resolve. Davis unloads the left. Got Barrios a double number. It's over. It's over. Gervonta Tank Davis has ascended to 140 pounds. And Davis has recorded the knockout victory.
And Abner, here's where we see the stoppage.
Barrios was just not expecting that.
And because of the body language of Mario Barrios, the referee not wanting to see him take another punch, and they did not complain. Barrios didn't complain about that stoppage. Nobody in the corner did, so they felt, you know, he was protecting him from what a situation he perceived could be dangerous for him.
Now a 3-division world champion and the new WBA super lightweight champion of the world.
Yet another impressive knockout for Tank. At this point, it was starting to get incredibly impressive. And the scary part, he was very clearly still improving. Tank's next opponent was the outspoken fan favorite Rolly Romero, and you could just tell that Davis was excited to finally shut this kid up in the ring. Could Romero keep his distance and work his jab early? That was the question.
70 people on hand, a record-setting crowd at Barclays Center.
And some feinting by Gervonta Davis. I think we're likely to see that as he attacks.
First punch of the final, left hand from Davis.
Yeah, something that Rolly was talking about was that Tank will walk into a punch, and we're seeing a really smart Davis now. But that's a good job and jab that Romero is throwing right now in this first round, keeping David at bay.
Yeah, and Romero doesn't always use the jab as effectively as he might.
Double right hand from Davis, no damage.
Well, Romero has 52 seconds to see if he can make his prediction come true.
Davis's prediction was, we'll see what happens in round 2.
Not to Romero's defense, but he did say with the first hard punch that I hit him, he has still not landed any.
Well, he did mention round 1.
yes. But these are heavy punches, so you could expect in any given moment.
Just showed the left hand and then just pawed with it.
Only 22 punches thrown in round 1.
Isn't that interesting? And we expected a war right at the get-go. A good shot by Davis and a good counter.
Romero wasn't afraid to make things a little dirty from time to time.
Making it difficult for Davis to counter with just one straight left hand.
Yeah, good point. Gervonta Davis was clear with us. He said, it may take me a couple rounds to figure out his awkward style.
Yeah, I think the way these first round and minute have gone is there's a healthy respect from either guy.
I think it's the power they both respect.
Yeah.
And you have to. You can't get careless, especially in the type of level of this magnitude fight.
Interesting to see Gervonta Davis using the whole ring in boxing. Oh, he took a big left hand.
And now left and holding on. I don't know if that'll be a knockdown, no.
Well, there was a moment in that round, there would be a left hand. It was actually more of a jab than a hook. How much damage it did, I don't know, but and then that left hook, actually the second left hook landed kind of toward the back of Davis's head, which I think is what he might have been complaining to referee Field about. It was a good left hand by Romero.
Yeah. Romero again, a right hand that time, and that rocked Davis for a moment.
Well, Romero thinks he can hurt him because he's going after him now.
That really got him excited, and he saw something.
And this is not the posture you normally see. That he can box, Davis, but you don't normally see him moving this much.
Wild right hand misses. There's a left hand from Davis.
There's the punch.
Romero stepping in.
What Romero is doing in this fight, he's using his jab as a rangefinder and very effectively.
Yeah. Another left hand from Davis, but it was partially caught by Romero.
Tank was once again taking a little longer than expected to figure out his range.
Felt that was good preparation for left-hander Davis.
We talked about the jab that Romero's using, really effective.
Combination from Romero, but nothing serious. Right hand was caught by the glove of Davis.
Here's where the left hand is going to come from Romero. He's got kind of a half jab, half hook going here, and it's getting in occasionally too. This fight early on is looking to be the simple equation. The left hook of Davis, or of Romero as he comes in, and Davis looking to counter him with his straight left. Now he's in against a 5'7" fighter who does have range.
Counter left hand from Davis.
By round 4, it was clear that Gervonta was starting to feel comfortable.
That's how Davis stepped in with the left hand, but went right by the ear of Romero.
If you're Davis, you want to touch him up a little bit in the stomach. There you go. You want to feint to the stomach, touch him up straight to chest. Make Romero bring his hands out.
Remember the last fight he was in, he injured his left hand, Davis, but he said as he went on through sparring, it got better and better, and he said it's not an issue in this fight.
Right hand a little short from Romero, and the left hand likewise from Davis.
Those power shots were getting closer and closer for Tank in the 5th.
That left by Davis, man, he threw it with bad intentions,
Yes,
and
he did.
Just couldn't quite get there.
He's been very close a few times.
And he's not able to get all the way in because Romero is still using that jab really effectively.
Yeah.
Taking those step backs. There it is.
Davis is leading off with the left hand and lunging a little bit, leaving himself a little open for a counterpunch. He might want to jab his way over.
There's a left hand from Davis, but again, it was a little short. There was a good left hand. Caught on the side of the head.
And that's another thing Davis wants to do. Jab to the body to bring the hands down, and then gives you an opportunity to get on the inside.
Yeah, and he's doing that. You can see the focus in Tank right now. Look at his eyes. They're locked in. He's waiting for Rolly to throw that right so he can counter. He is fighting as a bigger guy, Romero, right now.
Yeah. Good body shot.
Well, and there's an elbow for her. They talked about it, you know, getting a warning from Field.
Yeah, second warning. Good body shot. Ripped the left hand of the body.
Eventually, Davis felt comfortable enough to bring the hammer down.
Play the mind game here, Davis.
A little short with that left hand.
And in the last round, a reminder that Romero threw several elbows, and they have complained about that, the Davis camp leading up to this fight.
Yeah, they knew that was going to happen, and it is going to happen. Romero has to make that fight happen like that, believe it or not. He has to make it a dirty fight. But I think it's something that he has to do against a bigger Romero.
Yeah, probably.
That shot missed.
He's not going to be able to push Romero back, especially because Romero uses his, these dirty tactics. It's going to be almost impossible. So Davis doing a good job from fighting from a distance.
Well, he's talked about his maturity as a fighter.
You know, Romero is very poised in there at this juncture. You have to say that. I mean, it's just a fact. He's looking for big counter punches. He's thrown in on the idea of landing a big right hand or a left hook, and he's using his pawing jab to try and set that up.
No, you're right, because in previous fights we've seen that he seems kind of awkward, but in this fight he's not looking.
There's a big left hand.
He did indeed, and what he'll do here is just counter left hand as Romero came in squared up.
He is the winner by way of technical knockout. He is still undefeated and still the WBA lightweight champion of the world, Gervonta.
In the end, Romero's ego couldn't save him from his fate, and while there's no way to know for sure, that must have felt good for Tank. Ryan Garcia was another fighter who was ready to try and raise the stakes with his trash talk. Both of these guys were ready to kill each other by the time the fight arrived. The time for talking had officially come to an end.
Yeah, really powerful punches as well, and that's why they're taking their time. They don't want to be the first one to make a mistake, because whoever does make the mistake is going to pay dearly.
And there's that hand speed. They both had zeros when it came to power punches landed in the first 3 minutes.
And it turns out Garcia's the first one to try to land power punches, and he's doing it there.
And Garcia putting the pressure on Davis, landing the right and left, and Davis trying to hold on. The much bigger Garcia. And of course, mixed fan base here with every punch that's thrown, whether it lands or not. You will hear from their respective fan bases.
And this is exactly what Ryan Garcia has to do. Start off fast and make Tank Davis feel uncomfortable, and he's doing that right now.
Davis utilizing lateral movement along the ropes.
Now, one thing Garcia's good at is cutting off the ring, and he's doing that fairly well. And boy, a lot of holding on the inside.
all the pundits, all the scouts everywhere online, they say that Garcia had to take advantage of Davis's slow starts, whether deliberate or not. And here in round 2, putting the pressure on Davis. Davis wanting to turn this into a wrestling match.
Yeah, Davis has to be careful. He was looking at the referee. You got to protect yourselves at all time.
And he just ducked underneath that left hook, but got covered.
Oh!
What a shot! What a missile strike by Davis!
You gotta give him credit. Garcia was clearly not intimidated by his opponent here, which may have been a mistake.
So quick with that lead left hand from the hip. Gervonta Tank Davis scores again.
And
there's a jab from Garcia.
The interesting thing is Garcia wants to land his own check left hook, but if he's coming forward, he can't land it as a counterpunch to Davis. So I'm wondering if he'll lay back more, and they want him to fight taller.
And there, Davis with the lead foot to the outside of Garcia, allowing him to close the gap in a linear position, and can at times expose his chin doing so.
Yeah, he pulls straight back like he's doing right now. You don't want to do that. Davis is my time.
Could Garcia clear the cobwebs and avoid another disaster? That was the question.
Against Leo Santa Cruz in what was the 2020 knockout of the year, dropping and stopping Leo Santa Cruz for the first time as Garcia coming forward with the left.
Yeah, really good instructions from both sides. And Davis, they were telling him, you want to feint. You want to feint a little bit more. And yeah, you want to do that if you're Davis, just like that, because you want to see what Garcia has and make him open up his guard. That's a good way to take the jab away from Garcia as well. With Davis.
Tank's body shots were a key weapon in this bout already.
And Davis responds with a straight left to the midsection. Good job of feinting by Davis and able to pull counter like Floyd Mayweather Jr.
And if Garcia doesn't, if Davis doesn't attack too much, the left hook can't get there as a check hook.
And one thing he has really good, I'm sorry, Mo, is that right hand, Garcia.
Closing the distance for his trademark left, and there it is. Trying to create an angle.
Tank Davis is really smart. He saw that Garcia was letting go of the right hand, and he was trying to time that right hand.
Davis getting the left hand in again as Garcia came in. That was a lead left, and you see Garcia kind of looking to hang on early. He wanted to make sure I got that good punch in. I don't want to get hit on the inside. Again, to look at it, that's pretty good that he can land that lead left without having to do anything else before that.
And it's almost like beating Ryan to the punch. This is boxing. Look at the angles. Look at he's placing his foot where he wants to. He let go of his hands when he needs to.
He's a power punching counter puncher, Abner.
Yes, he's countering punching really well. Garcia, he's pressuring, but he's not letting go of the jab. He's got to jab a little bit more.
And of course, if you're Ryan Garcia, you still believe that you can turn this, even though you might be losing some rounds.
There's that left hook that landed, and that one just missed, but Garcia shows up as Davis lands the left, goes to the body, under a minute left in the 5th.
Yeah, Joe Guzman has done a really good job with Ryan Garcia.
And Calvin Ford has done an exceptional job with Gervonta Tank Davis, as we have completed 5 of scheduled 12 rounds in this.
Gervonta was looking very comfortable already in this fight, which was a scary proposition for Garcia.
Remember, there's a right hand that caught Davis, another right hand, and Garcia with his best moments of the fight.
Moment in that round, he throws this right hand, Davis keeping his left hand very low, and that right hand got in. And there were a couple other right hands shortly after that Garcia was able to land as well. That one was a little glancing, and here let's look at the same one as Garcia gets that right hand in. It wasn't a perfect right hand for him, but it was a nice punch and it landed, and there were several of those during the course of the round.
Remember, Davis did fight in January against Hector Luis Garcia. Garcia decided to forego a final fight, was supposed to fight Macedo Justa before this fight, said, no, I'll wait for the biggest fight of my life, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Eventually, it became clear that the elite finishing skills of Tank would not be denied.
But the ones he's landed have been good.
And there's a straight right down the middle for Garcia. A minute left here in the 6th, straight left for Davis. Davis trying to control the lead hand of Garcia. Oh, and just missed with that sweeping left hook.
Look at those feints from Davis, not committing when he doesn't need to.
45 seconds left. Garcia coming close.
And in these rounds with low output and not that many punches landed, the difference is which punches are more effective. And this round's a perfect example. You have to decide.
And let's not forget, Davis did say, I don't want to knock him out. I want to punish Ryan Garcia. Yeah, and then the good thing that Davis saw that because that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He didn't see that, yeah.
And then Garcia came back with the right hands in round 6, so I have it 58-55 Davis, the halfway mark.
Straight left hand lands for Davis. Alicho on there. Garcia comes in, scores with the right hook left hand combination.
Yeah, that's one of the first left hooks, and that wasn't a dynamite left hook, but it was one of the few left hooks he's been able to get in.
Another left hook and a right hand by Garcia. And now, oh, Garcia forced to take a knee.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow. Mamma mia!
Quick body punch that ended this fight. There it is, the straight left hand down to the body. And you're right, in real time, it was hard to see, but at this juncture, Ryan Garcia just couldn't sustain from it. And, you know, Garcia lands good body punches in fights and has scored knockdowns with him, and here's an example.
Abner, have you, in sparring, talk about what this must be like?
I have. Any fighter that's out there knows how tough, how much that hurts. That hurts more than any headshot. We're gonna see the quick reaction from Tank Davis. Boom, well-timed, right in the liver. Boom, Ryan Garcia is trying to suck that up, but he can't. It's a late reaction, his body shutting down, and he just took a knee.
And I think he thought strategically also, perhaps I can gather myself and not have to take any punishment at the moment, but he just couldn't sustain. And this is a fascinating turn of events, because it didn't look like he was even positioned, Davis, to get a lot of leverage on that left hand. But he got more than enough and landed it at the perfect spot.
The perfect spot. And then the crazy thing is that
he knew it. Davis knew it.
Yeah, nobody thought that Tank Davis was going to stop Ryan Garcia with a body shot.
No.
Maybe a headshot, maybe knock him out, but stop him with a body shot. Wow.
And it was a left hook by the southpaw that did it, making the liver quiver and stopping Ryan Garcia.
And I think there were people that felt Davis might be a better body puncher in this, but if a body punch of one was going to make a difference, it was more thought to be Garcia that might do it. But it was, in fact, Gervonta Davis. And as you pointed out, Mauro,
And still undefeated, Gervonta Tank.
Another cocky trash talker was dealt with on that night, and Tank's journey to legendary status continued. Frank Martin had once been a sparring partner of Davis, which made this contest quite interesting. Frank must have known that his best chance against Davis would come early, before his opponent figured him out.
His team has t-shirts with "Who you gonna call?" Well,
and Martin's a really good one, just like Tank. And so far, he's the only one who's been landing so far with jabs. There's a jab from Tank. But Martin's been landing the left hand to the body and a straight left hand. He's ahead in this round so far. You saw how nice Martin got out of that corner when he got trapped in the corner by Tank.
His footwork is amazing.
He got under and around and ended up picking Tank up on his shoulder.
It was clearly a defensive start for Davis. That much was clear.
Martin immediately goes on the attack, sneaks a shot into the body of Tank Davis.
Yeah, both fighters really relaxed, really alert, locking eyes. I mean, just both of them waiting for one or the other to make a mistake, really.
Tank putting on really good pressure right now. Even though he's not throwing anything, he's making Frank Martin work by
right hook behind the guard of Davis by Martin. So Martin again throwing many more punches than we expected, but he really was incredible in that what was supposed to be a 50-50 fight against the then unbeaten Michel Rivera. He took Rivera to school, the biggest win of his career.
You can just sense it. Anything can happen in any given moment.
Yeah, you know,
Tank Davis fight. Oh, nice counter to the body by Davis.
Against all odds, Martin was actually starting quite well here, showing good skills in many key areas.
Punching combination, utilize the jab, stick and move, utilize that fast move.
And I think as well that he wants to tire out Frank Martin by keeping him on guard all the time.
You wonder if that'll happen with an athlete like Frank Martin.
Well, it can. With Tank on your tail.
Yeah, but again, he's never faced an athlete like Frank Martin.
No, I agree, but there's a lot of mental strength.
And a guy who's really ready mentally and otherwise. I get what you're saying, but
same here.
It's only round number 3.
Yeah, exactly, but
there's a nice left hand from Davis, lead left hand, and he has Martin now in the corner.
He does.
And there's the jab, and there's that counter left. Jab to the body by Davis, 1-2 over the top by him. Moved the millimeters, his defense, his ability to utilize his ring IQ and his boxing skills. Yes, it's not even so much as an exciting fighter. Good combination lands for Martin.
Tank appeared to finally show up in round 4.
There's the double jab through the guard by Martin, utilizing that footwork. Money line has changed.
And of course, you got Martin leading, taking those rounds. And again, like you said, Joe, he's doing all the right things. Volume, 1, 2, 3, back to the jab, moving to the side, not giving Davis any moments to get off.
Davis. Power punches, huge edge for Martin. Nice lead left lands for Davis. Goes downstairs.
That's smart of Tank to go to the body instead of keep trying to go to the head. You know, Frank Martin's very hard to hit to the head, and he landed some solid body shots on Frank Martin.
That was an arm punch also, breaking down the arms.
Tank Davis just whistles those punches, and you know if you get clipped by one of those, you're in trouble.
Final minute of the 4th round. And very much going according to what I guess a lot of experts planned, that Martin would bank early rounds and then we'd see what would happen in the second half of the fight. Well, Tank even went public on social media, predicted a 9th round knockout of Frank Martin. 30 seconds left, and Martin said, hey, watch it, I can knock out Tank Davis too, you know.
That was a good body shot from Davis. Again, you can't get repetitive if you're Martin.
No way.
Davis is reading you.
Instantly, he'll respond. There's the left hand. Now Davis beginning to open up. The crowd anticipating it.
By round 5, it was clear that Davis was gunning for the chin.
Lead, nice left hand from Martin. Good trajectory change, level change, the jab downstairs. Martin continues to back up Davis, walking forward, short steps. The vision.
Nice.
Fully locked in. Good defense. Martin, Davis saying, bring it. Of course he wants him to bring it. Take a counter with the left.
Yeah, don't stay on the ropes, Martin.
Frank Martin pulling some real magic tricks out of the corner there and off the ropes to avoid getting tagged by. Good jab by Frank Martin.
Yeah,
He's
really
been using
good
it very well tonight. At the right time, he's timing that jab well.
Uppercut, right hook.
I think Frank Martin's having a good round again this round.
This was very noticeably not about points for Tank. He was looking for the KO.
Davis pops Martin.
Yeah, here we go. Here's Tank. There, the little slip and a little, left hand over the top. It was a counter over the jab of Martin by Tank, and it was a solid one. But
nice lead left hand by Martin.
Yeah, he gets it back.
And that's how you get him off rhythm.
The best ever connect percentage against Tank Davis was Leo Santa Cruz, but Davis knocked him out. And now Martin is landing at 29%. So Martin having the best success of any fighter against Tank Davis. But Davis is getting closer and closer with a minute and a half left in the first half of this 12-round affair. And Tank lands a chopping left hand as he's allowed to walk in uncontested.
Well, that's the second session out of that corner, but that was the only one he landed. Frank Martin pulled a nice Houdini out of that corner on that first set of punches that Tank was throwing out.
Yeah, Tank definitely not respecting that power from Martin, getting in easy. But again, Martin just let out that jab. He's got to get back on that jab.
Oh, there's the jab and the left follow-up left from Davis. A rare combination in the early going. A minute left here in the first half of the fight.
So
Davis got to be ahead on the scorecards just based on the output, right, guys?
I would not disagree with that, although Tank is having his best.
I know he does not want to open up. He doesn't want to give anything to Davis, but again, he has to keep him busy.
Oh, there's a left hand to the body and the right by Davis. Martin just avoiding that counter, but now Martin half forced to wrestle, and the referee.
There's that look. That Frank missed that left hand. Tank countered with the left uppercut, and then the...
By round 7, you could feel the anticipation in the air. Davis was close.
Frank Martin, that jolt to Davis.
That's the counter he's been looking for.
Neither fighter has ever been down as a pro. Final 15 seconds left in the 7th. It's been Davis's best round in terms of offensive output, just missing with the left, and it's on cue. It's round 7. It begins.
Or a straight left hand. He's
Single
looking
shots.
He's looking
There's
to
a double jab left from Davis. Now Davis chopping down on Martin. Davis misses with the lead left uppercut, but then follows up with another left hand. And
When the moment arrived, it was suitably violent.
in terms of total punches landed, but the gap is closing, and Davis double left hand.
Martin's got to stay out of the corners if he wants to stay in this fight.
We haven't seen body work from Martin. I want to see that left to the body.
Oh, left uppercut. That's it.
Down goes Martin! Mamma mia! 6, 7. It's like Tank Davis scripts this stuff.
Here's the corner. Frank should not be in there. We were talking about that. He's just setting himself up for big trouble here. There's the uppercut, and there's the left hand.
Wow!
Once he stunned him with that uppercut.
The undefeated WBA lightweight champion of the world, Gervonta.
Another fight, another brutal victory for this pound-for-pound great. But what's your opinion on this generational talent? And who would you like to see him take on before he inevitably exits the fight game? Let us know in the comments below.